Hey y'all, I'm just coming to make this video because it's been on my mind for about 6 months to a year now. I have been approached by a lot of people, whether you believe it or not, by saying that me and my child's father should do a co-parenting one-on-one, all kind of stuff, or just even write a book. That was the most recent one. Someone said write a book on how to co-parent, and I don't know. I think we have a great foundation when it comes to co-parenting. We absolutely have no drama. Not saying that it was never drama. It definitely was drama. That's why I feel like I could speak about it, because it was drama at first, but we as two people came together because we want to raise our child in a peaceful, loving environment with his wife, of course. But baby mama, let's just start there. We know that that phrase, baby mama, baby daddy. Some like it, some don't. Me, it is what it is. I really don't get into all of that. It is what it is. People be saying that if you're a baby mama, they trying to make it seem like you want them, or you ain't doing what you're supposed to do. I'm a mother. Like, we know you're a mother, like, whatever. But anyway, honestly, it is what it is. Long as there's respect there, in my present, as well as, in my absence, whatever. Just respect me. That's all I ask. Now let's get into it. We have those baby mamas. Some want to control everything that the father does, and how he does it when it comes to the child, what he does, when he does it, and all that. And then you have the ones that just don't give a darn. Like, they just be like, hey, look, you gonna either do it. If you don't, whatever, I'm gonna do what I gotta do to get it done. So you know what I mean? And you have the ones that plays the sympathy card. The first things first, you cannot control what that other parent does. Once you realize that, your life will become much more easier. Trust me. And the only reason why I feel like I can speak on it is because I've been there before. I've been there trying to, like, you should do this, and he need this, and you need to do this, and by all that crazy stuff. When you realize that your child has their own relationship with that parent, that has absolutely, and unfortunately, mothers, it has absolutely nothing to do with you. We as mothers, we want to protect our child. We feel like we know what's best for our child, and we may see things that we know that's going to hurt or hinder something in our child's life. We want to shield them from that. We want to protect them before it becomes an issue or something like that. But unfortunately, mothers, we can't shield them from everything. Okay, so with that being said, once you realize that they have their own relationship with their father, something that has absolutely nothing to do with you, you will become at ease. Because, again, like I said, we like to shield, we like to protect, and we like to control. As mothers, that's my child. Let's correct that. That child is also equally that other parent's child as well. Equally. Whether he's in that child's life or not. Oh, he don't do nothing for my child. That's my child. That's my child. Yes, mother, it is your child. But unfortunately, that child got here. It wasn't by miracle. That child actually got here because you and another person linked up and created that child. That's also equally his. Whether he's doing exactly what you as a mother want him to do as a father or not, that's also his child. So once you realize all of that, like I did state, things will become so much easier. You cannot control nothing, unfortunately. Kids are going to grow up. They have their own life. They have their own emotions. You know what I mean? And let's go to number 2. Never, ever, 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 I feel you should never speak badly about their father. And I'm talking to the mothers because I'm not a father anyway, so I can only talk about the mothers. Talk to the mothers. don't speak bad. I feel like you shouldn't speak badly about the other parent, and the reason why is because let that child grow up and be a freaking child. If that child's father is not in his life and he still love that, or she still love that parent, let them love. Let them feel that love. Let them have an imagination. Even if it's not there, a child is going to grow up and see what parent does what and all of that. But let them have that moment. You get what I'm saying? Well, I can only say that because I grew up. My mom never spoke badly about my father. When I was young, I don't remember none of that. Like, I don't remember even if they were at odds. I didn't remember none of that. And because of that, I was able to grow up and love my father and see him for who he was as I got older and what he was doing and all of that stuff. And I still love my father. Sometimes, I equally don't like certain things both of them do, whatever, but you know what I mean? I love them. Never let your child grow up with hate in them. That's where it starts from. That's their parent. You get what I'm saying? So that's just my opinion. A lot of people are, I'm not going to, if my child asks me where his daddy at, or her daddy at, I'm going to just tell him he ain't around. That's cool. That's obvious. If he's not around, but you don't have to go into the, he said this and he said that and he did this and he did that, or he can do this and you've been extra. Honestly, you're being extra. They're kids, but you have parents or mothers out there that does that do all that extra stuff. Like, just chill. These are kids. So that's number 2. Number 1 was realizing you do not have control. They have their own relationship with their other parent that has absolutely nothing to do with you. A lot of y'all baby mamas or mothers love to try to control that and try to want it to go your way. That ain't got nothing to do with you. Secondly, don't talk badly about the other parent to that child. Don't let that child grow up starting to have hate consume their heart for anybody, especially their parent. Number 3, do what you do as a mother and leave it at that. You can only do so much. You have parents that, only if he was here to do this, and get on social media and do all that, go around dragging the man's name through the mud and blase. This is just my opinion. I honestly feel like you shouldn't do that either. If you say that, I do this for my child, I always have my child, if it weren't for me, my child wouldn't have that. In all actuality, I said that word right? Yeah. All actuality, I feel like I'm saying that wrong. You're supposed to do those things. You're supposed to have your child. You're supposed to clothe them. You're supposed to feed them. That's your child. Now, if the other father is not doing that as equally, or not doing it at all, period, point blank, they're gonna have to deal with that in another life, or a judgment, or their karma is definitely going to get them, period and point blank. Do not alter your peace. Do not alter your personality. Do not alter anything that comes with you as being whole just to tear down that parent that's not doing absolutely nothing, or they're probably doing something, just not how you want them to do it. You get what I'm saying? I don't even know what number I'm at, but another thing, respect. It comes a very long way, and that I can also speak to the fathers now, because respect comes a very long way. Just respect in the present and respect in the absence. And I feel like that's important, because one thing's for sure, like I did state, you don't have to be all extra and tell all the kids all the business, because eventually they are going to see it. Kids are very smart. They see that. They see how mommy and daddy treat each other. You get what I'm saying? And a child is a child. We all been kids. We know how to pin people against each other. And if they feel like they could do that, it's going to cause more issues. So if they see that you're one, you respect each other, or whatever the case may be, then guess what? That child will be, it will be easy for them to, it's important for a child to grow up in peace. Don't have to worry about mommy and daddy fighting and fussing and arguing, all that crazy mess. And You know, even, and I'm gonna just say this because my child's father, and she is a part of us, of the union, because she's married to him. That also plays a big part. Who, I know that, like, people love to say, oh, the wife don't got nothing to do with it, blase blase. It's important because, you know, if it's important for that person to be a part of the union, and the only reason why I say it's important, especially if she's on the same page or he's on the same page as y'all, is because, like I said, kids see everything. You know what I mean? Kids see and hear. They hear everything. Some things you think they don't hear and see, they notice. It's important to also bring them into the union to see, you know, we all love you. You know, the old saying, it takes a village to raise a child. People don't like to do that now, and wonder why this generation, as well as the following generations, unfortunately, is going crazy and bananas, ridiculous, stupid, all the dumb mess. Like, it's because people don't want nobody else disciplining their child, whatever. I'm very overprotective of my child. But it does take a village. And then when I say it takes a village, I'm not saying it's not all about discipline. It's also about looking out for that child, loving that child, being there when that child needs them. It takes more than just, unfortunately, mama. It does. Even if it's grandma, papa, auntie, uncle, cousins, football coach, baseball coach, teachers. It takes a village. And if you disagree with me, then that's just what it is. But everybody don't have to discipline your child. I'm not with everybody disciplining my child. I'm not with that. You come tell me what's going on, and I will discipline my child. His father will discipline him, and whoever else I feel is have the obligation to discipline my child. But everybody can't. The football can't do all that, whatever. But when I say showing them the ropes, everybody could teach your child whatever needs to be taught throughout their life. You know what I mean? It don't always have to be a disciplinary action taken when it comes to that phrase of it takes a village to raise a child. So, like I just said, respect is definitely one of the most important things. It keeps down a lot of confusion. Compromise. Co-parenting is a relationship in itself. It's not an intimate relationship. That's going to be another one. It's not an intimate relationship, but it's a relationship. Just like you have a relationship with your mom, your grandma, your aunts, your uncles, your sisters, your brothers. The co-parenting is also a relationship. So you have to compromise. And when I say that, it's going to be some days or sometimes and some moments where one parent can't do it. The other parents sometimes just got to swallow their pride and do what they have to do. That brings up, I saw on it's cold. I saw on I don't know, one of these social medias. They was like, if a man is in a relationship with a girl and he has his baby mama and kids right here, baby mama don't. Okay, let me start over. A man has an extra car. The baby mama don't have a car, and the girlfriend don't have a car. Who should he give that extra car to? You had a lot of people saying, "Oh, give it to the baby mama because she's the one with the kids." Then you have some, no, give it to the girlfriend. That's her job to do what she has to do for them kids. Don't be giving it, blase blase. I have my own opinion on that, and I'm going to express it right now. I feel like I've been in a rough spot, and my baby's father, my child's father, was not the one I called on for help. He just was not. But when I looked at it, when I needed help with my child, he was the very first one. But anything in my personal life, I ain't call on him because what? Like, I don't feel like you as a grown woman going through a hard spot, and hey, y'all might disagree with me. It is not your baby father. It is not the child's father to dig you out that hole. especially if you are not together. Oh, well, only if you're not together. Now, if y'all together, then that's a different story. But if y'all are not together, that's not his responsibility to dig you out that hole. His responsibility is to take that weight off your shoulders when it comes to y'all kid or kids, period. I don't feel like the man should give that card to the baby mama. I feel like he should give it to his girlfriend, and she, as the girlfriend, should make ways. They both, him and the girlfriend, collectively make that decision to do what they have to do, where that mother doesn't have to worry about that child going from A to B to Z. Period. She should only have to worry about, how am I going to get my life back on track? You get what I'm saying? So when I was going through my tough spot, when it came to my personal stuff, I did not look to him. I looked to the other people, like my mom, my grandma, my aunt, my cousins, my sisters, my sisters. I love you, bro. But yeah, I didn't look at him. But guess what? I didn't have to worry about my child because of that relationship that we have, that union, co-parenting that we have set a foundation for, that we have set in stone. I didn't have to worry about my child. I got myself together, and I got myself together well. Not saying that I'm not going through, I will never go through, or I haven't been through again ever since then, whatever. I know that Braylon will be taken care of, period, point blank, even if I'm going through a tough spot. The same way where his father was going through a tough spot. He didn't have to worry about if his son was eating, if his son was going to where he needed to be going, if his son was sick or nothing like that. You know what I mean? That's just how it's supposed to go. Again, for co-parenting to be healthy, you all have to want to medicate it. When I say medicated, you all have to work on that. It's easy for us because we set that in stone, and because we went through our problems, our trials. We had to go through that to learn, and we all wanted that. You all have to want that. Let's go back to relationships. Co-parenting is a relationship. It's not intimacy. You cannot be sleeping with your child's father, mothers. You get what I'm saying? I don't care how much you say you a G and you don't got no feelings and blase. Don't sleep with your child's father. It's going to make it complicated. Of course. Don't do that. That's just a big, and my mama words, she'll still say it, and I'm 30 and I'm her youngest. That's a big no-no. Don't do it. It's not going to work. The whole co-parenting is not going to work if you're still sleeping with each other. That ain't going to work, y'all. It ain't going to work. You're either going to be with each other or you're not. There's no in-betweens. I don't care how much you try to make it seem like it is and it could work that way. I'm sorry. It cannot work that way. Oh, that's the shadow. It ain't going to work that way. So you have to choose. Make that decision collectively. Sometimes you can't make it collectively. Just can't. Sometimes someone got to be the bigger person, be like, no, no, heck no, absolutely no, it will never be, no, you know. So no sleeping together, because that co-parenting, a healthy co-parenting relationship, it will not work if you're sleeping together. So that relationship cannot include intimacy. Okay. It's a lot more or whatever when it comes to, co-parenting, but honestly, it's not complicated. It's complicated. It's very simple. It's very straightforward. We as humans make it difficult when there's a whole lot of emotions that has not been dealt with. Period. Ain't that what these girls say? Period. But I'm going to just leave that there because this is almost a 20-minute video. So, yeah. Bye.